My name's Kim, and I have a little girl who's 15 months old. My experience with breastfeeding is a long journey, considerably longer than I had thought to start out with. I had heard from my mom. She said, it'll take a little bit of time in the first month, it'll take to get over some of the bumps, and then, no, it'll take, 2 months to get over the, at 3 months, I'm like, Mom, what's going on? We started, she was intending to be a home birth, and that did not happen. She was born by cesarean in the hospital, of course. For the first 3 weeks, she didn't latch at all. I was finger feeding her, pumping, washing everything over again every 3 hours. And then I thought, okay, at 3 weeks, we figured it out. At 4 weeks, I figured out I had a very abundant milk supply, which may even have been related to the to all the pumping that I'd been doing, and an extremely active letdown. So she was kind of attached to a fire hose, and she would pull off and scream, and I didn't know why. And I went to every resource, every person, everywhere. I felt trapped in the house because I couldn't go outside and take my little one who would scream. It was supposed to be a beautiful, lovely experience, not screaming and yelling. And she did that 4 months. And somewhere at about, it would sort of come and go. We would pick it up. The night times were great. Right before bedtime, she would happily nurse off to sleep, and that was great. But during the daytime, it just didn't work. And I knew that this was something that if we stayed with, that it would work out. So we stayed with it, and we kept going. Finally, I felt a sense of relief when she was finally latched, and I felt a little guilty for thinking of it, but I felt she was finally fed. And I had now had at least a 3-hour break. So I had a little bit of relief. But at about 5 months of age, we turned a corner all of a sudden. I figured out that I just relaxed. I went with it. I allowed her to lead completely, and we nursed lying down exclusively. It's funny, there's a fine line between it being natural, between it being normal, between it being beautiful bonding, but you can want that too much. Just relax and let it go. And that breastfeeding looks different for every breastfeeding couple. So now that she's older and I know who she is, and she likes to take her time doing things, and she likes to test the waters before she actually dives in. She's not one of those babies that goes head first. Yeah. I know that those early days of breastfeeding was about her expressing who she was, but I didn't know who she was yet.